I assume the chat is live now. And hello and good evening to you all. Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening at 5:45. It is February 11th. This is your Massachusetts Beer Reviews. I'm Thomas Metal75 reviewing a Trillium product that I picked up on, today is Saturday, or today is Sunday, so it must have been the 8th of February 2018 at the Trillium Brewing Company. It was canned on 2/9/2018. Ooh, so that actually must have been the day that I bought it. And this is their scaled way up double IPA. So I had a buddy in line that I ran across. He actually is a coworker of mine. And he was saying I should probably get this beer. And then I ran into another person. His name is Bradley, from a Facebook beer talk with the other community of beer tubers on Facebook. And he recognized me, and he said, and he was sampling the scale way up, and he even said I should get this thing, and he was looking forward to seeing me review the beer. So this one is for you, Bradley. Scaled way up double IPA. Scaled way up features heavy doses of Galaxy, Mosaic, and Nelson Sauvin in multiple dry hops, straddling the aromatic line between dank, earthy, and sweet, fruity. The flavor profile is jammy and fruit forward, consisting of candied peach and orange notes, has a powerful sticky resin on the palate, light body with a bold bitterness up front, and crisp bone-dry finish. Scaled way up is explosively aromatic. At 8%, they use Pilsner white wheat, flaked wheat dextrose, and C15 malt, and Galaxy, Mosaic, Nelson Sauvin, and Columbus. And I believe I've had the scaled IPA. They just have so many, it's kind of hard to really keep track of a lot of different ones unless they really just stick out in your brain. And one of the reasonings that a lot of people sounded like, even at the brewery when I was there on the 9th in the afternoon, it was like everybody was buzzing about this scaled way up and everybody was trying to get it. And I guess the reasoning behind that is this is the first time Trillium has brewed scaled way up in 2 years. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Bradley was drinking it, saying he liked it, so I'm going to give it my fair shot in a IPA glass. So we'll see how way scaled up this IPA is. And it definitely has just the most gorgeous, hazy, orangey, yellow kind of a note about it. And that extremely bright white head. I can already smell this beer. God damn. Yikes. Does that smell amazing? Yikes, yikes, yikes. Woo. Very, very ripe oranges and pineapple and lots of grapefruit notes. Very earthy green ripe. The hops smell so ripe at this point. And they say it straddles the line between dank, earthy, and sweet, fruity. Yeah. There's a lot of sweetness behind that. There's a lot of that Pilsner. You get a lot of that Pilsner malt. A lot of those white wheat malts. A lot of grassy, earthy hops. And white bready notes. Tiny, itty-bitty toasty thing. Not so much. But yeah, that's squeezing the ripest hops into juice you could want to smell. So let's just dive in and drink it. Cheers. Cheers to you, Bradley. This is the scaled way up double IPA. Wow. For an 8%er to drink like this is incredible. Lots of sweet, malty notes in the background. Definitely getting that Pilsner malt. Definitely getting the white wheat malts. It's definitely a fluffy kind of a consistency to that beer. There's definitely some orangey, candied-like sweetness in the background, but it's not done in any way that's overpowering in the sweet categories. So as a Trillium and as New England IPA would be expected, tons of tropical, juicy, fresh hop notes. Tons of pineapple for me. Tons of oranges. Lots of grapefruit. Again, just like in the nose, and as the Trillium website says, it's between dank and earthy and sweet and fruity. They're talking about that in the nose, but it's also like that in the taste. They talk about sticky resin on the palate. You know what? Not so much. Not so much for me on this one. There's a lot of tropical, juicy, hop, oily kind of components in this one. Actually making it somewhat bitter, somewhat more bitter than you would think for the style. There's going to be a lot of resinous hop oils, keeping the bitterness around for a while. But in general, the body of the beer diminishes a little bit. It starts light. It gravitates towards the medium full side. And then as it finishes and dries, it gets a little bit more light and fluffy and velvety smooth. Yeah, if you want... I don't know if this is my favorite Trillium beer, to be completely honest. But if you really want an IPA and you really want a more of a bitter kind of an IPA in the New England style, so maybe it's more hopped to give you the bitterness towards West Coast style IPA. And again, I'm getting a little bit of a toasty crackeriness. And you're also getting the juicy notes that you get in these New England IPAs. Just so much upfront resinous, dank, oniony, garlicky notes. And that resinous oil is chew. It's chewy beer. The resinous oils just stay around for a while. It's like a slight souring note, the bitterness on this one. So it really grabs you. I mean, this is as fresh can be for kind of a beer like this. So get it while you can. Thank you for the idea, a coworker named Jonathan. And totally thank you, Bradley. Bradley H, we'll call you, because that's your first letter of your last name, for the idea to do Scaled Way Up. Excellent stuff. Until next time, I'm signing off. What? I didn't even rate this beer. Oh my goodness. It's not my favorite Trillium. Got a little bit ahead of myself. High B+. Let's go 88 again. Woohoo! I think that there were more malt complexion. It is a little bit hot at 8%. It's not the biggest beer known to man, but you can taste some of the alcohol there. It actually reminds me of a Tamer, if you can believe that. A Tamer version of that Crusher I did from The Alchemist, which was a crushable IPA, double IPA, 9%. This is very similar to that, although it's just less of a body. But it still has some 8%. So, an 88 for an 8% out of 100. Why not? So, I like this one. It's okay. Not the greatest for me, but it's okay. If there were more, like I was talking about, if there were more malt complexions and the hops were able to do more without being just oily bitter, I would like it better. But I'm a balance between hops and malt kind of a guy, so there we go. Scaled Way Up. It's going to get an 88 out of 100. Thank you for watching live, Tyler Mansell. And Wednesday, I believe, is going to be 12, 13, 14th, Valentine's Day 2018, on this very channel of YouTube at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. the beer community and I shall be discussing and examining the beers of Oscar or Oscar Blues. John H. Pierre would say Oscar Blues. So bring an Oscar Blues beer and let's review them together. And if you want a link to that channel, or you want a link to the live video, you put a message down here, or you go to Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel or group of Facebook and request it, and I will give you the link to that. Oscar Blues. Again, 88 for the Trillium. Scaled way up. Cheers, everybody. Keep tasting those great beers. I will see you soon.